Recording in progress.
Previously, we have discussed about these organelles of the plant and animal cells. Now we are going to look into the deeper about the structures which are present in the cytoplasm. The most important thing within the cytoplasm is nucleus. You know, the cell is controlled by the nucleus. And now we are going to discuss about some other things as well. So they have mentioned this picture of mitochondria. You see, this is a cell. This whole is a cell, and this cell is there is, if you see in the center there is nucleus, right? This is nucleus, and there is mitochondria. These are rough endoplasmic reticulum. So this image is taken by electron microscope. Okay, it is not taken from the simple microscope. Simple microscope cannot give you this much resolution. To go up to maximum resolution, we use electron microscope. Okay, just I told you, the scanning electron microscope or the thinning electron microscope. So this is the electron microscope which they have used. Over here they have mentioned about mitochondria, nucleus, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and some organelles are so small that they cannot be seen clearly using a light microscope. You see, from a light microscope you cannot see these things. To visualize these things, to check the resolution, to know about these things, you need a microscope of more resolving power, okay, and that is electron microscope. So they have mentioned, however, an electron microscope is capable of showing these minute structures like mitochondria and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this is rough endoplasmic reticulum, this is mitochondria. Basically, you see, you zoom in to this, there will be this structure of the mitochondria. You know the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum or mitochondria? Any of these?
No.
Okay.
No.
Basically, rough endoplasmic reticulum, when we talk about the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is the site of protein synthesis. Okay, you know, our body needs protein. We need we need hair protein. We need proteins in our nails. Every time we cut our nails after a week, what happens is that the nails again grow. Why they again grow? Because our body is producing protein. Okay, a particular kind of protein. So our body needs different type of proteins, and those proteins are being produced with the help of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum does not directly produce it. Actually, on this rough endoplasmic reticulum, there are some structures like this, like this. These are known as ribosomes. Okay, what are these? These are ribosomes.
Right.
And ribosomes, these ribosomes are the site where protein is synthesized. Okay, what I'm saying is that rough endoplasmic reticulum does not directly produce protein. It has a structure known as ribosomes. Okay, these ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. Okay, and that is why it is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Actually, there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. And one is known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and the other one is rough endoplasmic reticulum. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it does not have ribosomes. Okay, that is what is known as smooth. Ribosomes are not there. Okay, but on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, there are ribosomes. I memorized it by R. You know, the rough means there will be ribosome. R for ribosome, R for rough. Okay, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it does not have ribosomes. So if I ask you which endoplasmic reticulum will help in protein synthesis, what will be your answer? Smooth or rough?
Smooth and rough and plastic.
Rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why? Because on rough endoplasmic reticulum
Yeah,
there
it helps the
are
ribosomes.
there are structured ribosomes. These ribosomes are responsible for protein synthesis. Okay.
And what are smooth endoplasmic?
Its functions are different. Like it helps in the transportation as well as, and it does not. What you can say is It is not responsible for protein synthesis, but there are some different functions of it that is related to the, it provides networking and it helps in transporting materials. Okay, like for example, there is
Yeah.
this is a cell. Over here there will be smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Then rough endoplasmic reticulum will start.
Yeah.
So this smooth region, it will help for it will help to transport material. Okay, it will help to transport material.
Transport.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, transport material and also it is also responsible for the lipid synthesis. Okay, it is also responsible for lipid synthesis. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Here, there are
Yes.
many functions of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Like if I okay, I can mention here SER. I'm writing SER. Okay, smooth endoplasmic reticulum.
Yeah.
Firstly, I told you transport of material. Second, liquid synthesis. Third, detoxification. Detoxification means to remove the toxic substances from the cell. Okay, it helps to remove
Mm-hmm.
toxic substances from the
The
cell. That
toxic
is what is known as,
substances.
it helps in detoxification. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and it also helps
Yes.
for one more function is metabolism of carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrate metabolism
Yeah.
is done by the SER. Carbo. Okay. These are some of the functions of SER. Clear?
Yeah.
And the rough endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for protein synthesis as well as not only for the protein synthesis but I'm writing a short form RER. Okay, RER, rough endoplasmic
Yeah.
reticulum. So firstly, not only it is responsible for protein synthesis, but it is also responsible to fold the protein. Okay, protein folding into a particular shape.
Yeah.
Okay, protein folding, then uh, transportation of the proteins. Okay, protein transportation. These all are the functions of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. And these are the extension basically from the nucleus. It is extended from the nucleus. If I show you another picture, if there is another picture, no, they didn't mention. You can check it from the Google. Yeah, it is like this. Over here, basically,
Mm. Yeah.
mm, you can check this one. This is an animal cell. Okay, whole. This whole is an animal cell. Over here in the center there is nucleus. Okay, what is happening? This let me copy this image. Okay, in the center there is nucleus. Okay, this one is nuclear membrane. Outside there is nuclear membrane, and this one is the nuclear membrane. This one, and there are nuclear pores in it. After that, you see this green region. Actually, this is endoplasmic reticulum. There are, as I told you, there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. This one, which is directly connected to the nucleus, this is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why it is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum? You can see there are
Yeah.
whole ribosomes on it. Okay, over here.
Yeah.
That's why the first emerging endoplasmic reticulum is rough endoplasmic reticulum. From the nucleus, directly there is rough endoplasmic reticulum. After that, there will be this one, this smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this ends over here. It is present in the end. You see, now
Mm.
it is converting into vesicles. These vesicles will what they will do? They will transport material. Okay, they will transport material.
Trans-
Okay, This is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Are you clear with this? So there are two types
Yeah.
of endoplasmic reticulum. This
Smooth
one,
and rough.
yeah. On the rough there will be ribosomes, and those ribosomes will
Mm-hmm.
play a role in protein synthesis. Okay, the ribosomes will play a role in,
The break protein or
yeah,
to make
protein
protein.
synthesis, yes, and then sorting of the protein and transportation of the protein. While the smooth endoplasmic
Mm-hmm.
reticulum, it helps to transport other materials from the cell, as well as it helps to detoxify the substances, as well as it helps in
Yeah.
lipid storage. Okay,
Yeah.
so these are the functions of the smooth and endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum. I hope you are clear with this.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then they have mentioned about the mitochondria. Mitochondria, it is the basically in simple words we can say this is the powerhouse. You know what is a powerhouse?
Um. Like where the energy is given.
Yeah, where energy is produced. Powerhouse means where energy is produced.
Mm.
Any powerhouse, like I say, this is the powerhouse of Wabda in Pakistan. So Wabda is responsible for
Or
electricity. So we say that electricity is being produced over here. If I say that is gas powerhouse, so it means
yeah.
gas is being produced there. So this is the powerhouse, the mitochondria. It is the powerhouse of our cell. Basically, it provides energy to ourselves. Okay, it provides energy to ourselves. Mitochondria. This is the singular form is mitochondrion, but there are many mitochondria present in our cells. That's why we say mitochondria present in our cells, different cells. So mitochondria is made up of membrane which provide a large surface area for some of the reactions. Simply, if I told you, it has the most important function of mitochondria is in the energy production. Okay, I'm writing here. It produces energy, powerhouse. It is the powerhouse of cell.
Powerhouse.
Yes. It means it produces energy. Second, it helps in signaling of the cell. Cell needs signal. Cell needs signal to do
Yeah.
some of the functions, okay? To perform some specific functions, just like whether a cell will grow, whether there should be death of the cell. The red blood cells, the lifespan of one red blood cell is 4 months. After 4 months, that red blood cell die and new red blood cell form.
Mm-hmm.
This continues until we die. Till then, ribosomes,
Yeah.
red blood cells, the lifespan of red blood cells is 4 months. After 4 months, the old red blood cells die and new red blood cells produce. So this how a cell would know whether it is going to die or not. It is dependent on the mitochondria. Okay, it provides the cell signaling. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it provides cell signaling. Cell signaling means it will provide the
Yeah.
command whether a cell is going to die, okay, or whether it is going to what we can say that whether there is growth of the cell. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Then the third thing is about the uh, as I told you, it is the powerhouse of the cell. So it means how our body get energy. What is the useful form of energy? I told you this. What there is a particular type of molecule.
Like
Hmm.
ribosomes.
No, no, no. Just I told you the example like if we intake carbohydrate cannot directly give us energy. They are converted into glucose. Then
And they are
glucose.
converted into glucose and to ATP.
Yes, yes. So how energy will be produced?
Glucose.
Energy will be produced in the form of ATP. Okay, it will be
ATP.
produced in the form of ATP.
Mm-hmm.
So we say that the
Yeah.
mitochondria it helps in the ATP production. Okay, it produces a lot more ATPs, and those ATPs help in providing energy to the cell. Clear?
Yes.
Also, mitochondria is responsible for heat generation. Okay, and why it is important to mention here, because our body needs the what is the optimum temperature of our body?
Um,
Mm-hmm.
like 30,
Mm-hmm. 30, you are close. 30,
40,
it is
39,
between
38.
37, 37. Okay, 37 degrees Celsius. It
Okay.
always remains 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is actually there is a narrow range. It is 36.1 degrees Celsius to 37.8. Okay, this is the
Mm-hmm.
narrow range. Your body cannot exceed the measure from this, or body's measure cannot be below 36.1 degree. Okay, this is a narrow range. Allah
But is
subhanahu wa
there
ta'ala has.
some
Mhm.
circumstances
Yes,
that it
yes,
can exceed
yes.
or no?
Like the fever in the fever or some other thing. So basically, to maintain
Mm-hmm.
this temperature, your body needs heat. Okay. So that is why I mentioned this, that mitochondria is responsible for heat generation, and heat generation is needed to
Yeah.
balance the temperature of your body. Okay, to balance the temperature. Okay,
Yeah.
clear? Temperature balance
Mm-hmm.
is too much
Yes.
important. You know why it is much more important? Because most of the chemical reactions which are happening in our body, they are occurring at the optimum temperature. Okay, they need the optimum temperature.
Yeah.
They are, the concept of enzymes. Enzymes. What are enzymes?
Yeah.
Okay, basically
Enzymes
enzymes
are
are
like stuff to.
substances. Yes, they speed up a chemical reaction. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
they are present. They are naturally present in our body. There are many enzymes which are naturally Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has created for each and everything. Like for protein, there are
Yeah, like
particular
to
type
break
of.
down protein.
Yes, exactly. They will help to increase the rate of the reaction. Like for example, without enzyme, that reaction may be completed in 1 hour, but with the help of enzyme,
Yeah.
that reaction will be completed in half an hour, right? In just 30
Yeah.
minutes. So this is the advantage of enzymes, and they are naturally present in our body. So for proteins, there are specific type of enzymes like protease. For carbohydrates, there are amylase. For lipids, there are lipase. Right? There are different types of enzymes. Those enzymes, those enzymes work at optimum temperature. Okay, those enzymes cannot work if your body temperature will exceed its limit. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we need optimum temperature. That's why our body need optimum temperature, because all the chemical reactions which are happening in our body, those chemical reactions, they are needed to have the optimum temperature. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you clear with this concept? What is the function of the mitochondria? We are
Yeah.
not looking this structure. I will tell you the structure as well. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
mitochondria is made up of membrane which provide a large surface area for some of the reactions of aerobic respiration. Simply at this stage, you can remember that aerobic respiration means energy production. Simple. I will explain you what is this, what they are telling us here. Basically, what is aerobic respiration? Simply, we say how ATP are produced from the glucose, that is known as in the presence of oxygen. Wait a minute. Let me explain you. Yeah, aerobic respiration. Mitochondria helps in aerobic respiration. Now, what is aerobic respiration? It means simply it is the process where the cell, they will use oxygen. Okay, cells will use oxygen to break down glucose into to break down glucose to produce ATP. Okay,
The
simple,
ATP. Yeah.
simple as that. Yes, if I just write the simple, basically there are many things which are happening. It is not just a simple concept. There are different cycles which happen. I am just telling you a general idea. What's happened is that there is glucose molecule, right? There is oxygen in your body. Like we inhale oxygen. What will happen? The carbon dioxide will produce, water will produce, and ATP will produce. Okay, inside our body. And these ATP are what? They are energy molecules. They provide energy to your body. Clear? Are you clear with this? Simply, if you see, this is
Yeah.
the exact
Yeah, bro.
opposite of the photosynthesis. You know the photosynthesis reaction? This is the exact opposite reaction of photosynthesis. Can you recall the photosynthesis reaction? Can you hear me or not?
Like
Hmm.
photosynthesis, what's it called? Oxygen, the carbon dioxide, oxygen, and sunlight
Carbon dioxide,
equals
not
to
oxygen. Carbon dioxide plus water, not oxygen.
uh,
Carbon dioxide from the
yeah,
air, water from the soil, right?
yeah, yep, and then sunlight,
And sunlight. And it is converted into what? What is formed?
sunlight energy,
Yeah. What are the products of photosynthesis?
glucose
Glucose and
products,
oxygen. Oxygen.
glucose and ATP,
No, oxygen. Let me write it. Carbon
oxygen.
dioxide plus water plus sunlight energy. What you will gain? C6 is 12, O6 plus oxygen. If you see these two reactions, aren't they exactly opposite from each other?
Yeah, they are.
Isn't it? So this is known as aerobic respiration. This first one, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is happening in our body. Actually, how we exchange from the plants, we exchange like this.
Mhm.
Like the plants, they need what they need. They need plants need carbon dioxide. How they get carbon dioxide? We produce carbon dioxide, right? So this carbon dioxide is being utilized by the plants. So on the same time, they produce glucose and they use that glucose. Okay, the plant don't give us glucose. They use that glucose. They actually give us oxygen. Okay, and then we use that oxygen. Clear? This is how we exchange with the plants. Are you getting this idea? Simple is that in the photosynthesis process, plants produce oxygen. Okay, plants
Yeah.
are producing oxygen. Then this oxygen is utilized by us. Okay, the human beings use this oxygen. And then human beings produce what? Carbon dioxide, right? And then that carbon dioxide is being used by.
Yeah.
Are you getting this? What happened?
By the plants.
Are you
Yeah.
are you here? Is there any issue?
No, like the carbon dioxide is used by.
Hmm.
No issues.
Okay. So simply how we exchange the oxygen which is being produced by the plants is used by us, and on the same time we exhale carbon dioxide. And when we exhale carbon dioxide, carbon
Yeah,
dioxide is
and
being used by
the
plants.
carbon dioxide, yeah,
Yes. Okay.
used by
So
the plants.
yes, the first
Yeah.
process which I have written is known as what? Aerobic respiration. This first process is known as aerobic respiration. Okay,
Aerobic respiration.
this is happening in our body.
Yeah.
So this is what they have mentioned, that this reaction,
But yeah.
this is helped by the mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria helps in this reaction. Okay, mitochondria helps to produce ATP by using oxygen to convert this glucose into carbon dioxide, water, and what? ATP. Clear? Read from here.
ATP.
Yeah, read this from here.
Yeah.
Read from here.
Photo
Mitochondria.
the photosynthesis. Oh, okay.
From the book, mitochondria is made up of membranes.
Okay. Mitochondrion is made up. Yeah, it's made up of membranes which provide a large surface area for some of the reactions of the aerobic respiration. This process releases energy needed to perform work in the in the cell. The mitochondria are like the powerhouses, and there are many of them in cell that require a lot of energy. Muscle cells, nerve cells, and cells in the liver convert.
I can't hear you properly. I think there is internet problem. I hope you are clear with this concept of the mitochondria aerobic respiration. So this aerobic respiration,
Might,
mitochondria, yeah, mitochondria helps in aerobic respiration.
yeah, yes,
And then this process releases energy which is needed to perform the task by the cell. Okay, how the cell
yes,
is performing different activities. So for those different
yeah,
activities, definitely cell need
yeah,
energy.
yeah,
Yes, the mitochondria are the
yes,
powerhouse of the cell, and
yeah,
there are many of them in the cell. They acquire a lot of energy. Muscle cell, nerve cell, liver have many mitochondria. Okay, they have mentioned this is very important, very important. They have mentioned that those cells which need more energy, in those cells there will be more mitochondria available. Okay, just like the muscle cells, nerve cells, or the liver cell. Are you getting my point? These cells they need more mitochondria. Why they need more mitochondria?
yes,
Because
yes,
there are more actions happening in these cells.
like help, yeah,
Yes, muscle
to
cells,
perform the work,
yes, muscular activity.
to perform the work.
Need, yeah, muscular activity need more energy. So how this will be given by the ATP, by more ATP, and how more ATP will be produced by more
Yeah,
mitochondria. Okay, so in our body, where there is need of more
mhm,
energy, in those regions there will be more mitochondria available. Okay, like the muscle cell, nerve cell, liver. In
yeah,
these regions, particularly in these regions, more energy is needed, more activity is needed to perform that particular cellular activity. More mitochondria are present there. Clear?
mhm,
Are you clear
yeah,
with this? Okay.
yes,
Uh,